All right, guys. I know the time is crazy. What are you guys doing up? Huh? Jeremy? What are you talking about? What's up, clan? What's up, Jeremy Sohan? Jeremy is gone. What the heck are you guys talking about? What are you going on about? Ain't no way. What the heck are you guys talking about? Jeremy has been trolling. What the heck are you guys talking about? What happened? What the heck are you? Okay, hold on. All right. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to hook up my camera yet. Okay. I've been cleaning all day. All right. I put my PJs on, and I was like, you know what? Before I go to 2 a.m. stream, before I go to sleep, I'm gonna hop on here with you guys. Because I promised I would go live tonight, but I didn't know which time. Jeremy in Phoenix, right? Jeremy. Okay, you guys said he's trolling? I didn't see that. Hold on. I don't see anything. Is it like on Instagram? I don't even know if I'm signed into Instagram. And guys, I don't have my stuff hooked up, so I can't look at the chat while, well, I'll turn the chat on my YouTube or my phone. We can do it that way. Here we go. Turn it down. All right, now I can see the chat. Jeremy better be trolling. What the heck did you guys see? Trolls on Facebook? He's in Phoenix. Oh my gosh! Mikasa, what the heck? You can't do that. I'm on my laptop. You can't do that. Hold on, did you mess something up? Okay. Hold on, you can't do that. Here, hop off. You gotta hop off. You can't do that. Happy Father's. Oh yeah, it is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, everybody. Your cat is here. Well, she's on the ground now. Like she can't jump up. Like it's no room. Who cares that he's in Phoenix? Is he actually in Phoenix? Stop. He took it down? All right. Hold on, guys. All right. What I do know is if this is any type of news, someone on Facebook posted it. Not Facebook, Twitter posted it. So, let's see. Oh, Hoop Central, I see. Let's see here. Gosh, I wish I could see the actual post. Oh, here's another post. Hold on. I'm trying to get as much as I can. All right, so that's from post this. Social media post. that was okay. Someone's posting his thing that he put on Twitter. That's a minute ago. Okay. So first and foremost, what I do know is, hold on. How far is Phoenix from where was Sohan last? How far is Phoenix from San Antonio? How far is it? It's like an hour and a half. 2-hour flight. 13 hours. Driving 14 hours. He flew. My cousin saw him on the flight. Okay. Anyways, so this is what I know. I know that he is borderline untouchable. And as far as some of the deals that the Spurs have already talked about, it was nowhere near Sohan. It was nowhere near considering Sohan. That wasn't on the table. It was actually really great deals that did not include Jeremy Sohan. So what I think is going on is I think that he's trolling. We'll watch his whereabouts over the course of the next few days. Obviously, nothing will happen until after the finals. I think he's trolling. I think he wanted to check out Arizona. He's with his boys. And I think that's all that is. All right. Yeah, no, I'll tell you this right off the bat. If the Spurs include Sohan, if they were to include Sohan in a trade, it's a bad trade. It will be a really stupid trade. Hold on. I'm trying to see. Because I literally have not been on anything. All right, let me see here. All right, here we go. So give me a second. Oh, God. I did not realize this is everywhere. Okay. All right. So how should we go about this? What happened? Nothing. All right, so where should we start? We'll do two separate segments here. And then I'll just take a question from the chat. We'll do that. We'll do 3 segments here. All right. Okay. All right, chat. All right, calm down. The point of this recording is almost 3 a.m. All right, I am very sleepy. But I want to talk about this, okay? I want to talk about a couple things. We'll just split it up in 2 different segments because I do think the first one is the most important. So it was believed. Oh crap! I'm on my laptop, so with a crappy laptop camera, so I gotta do everything manually. Let's do this React. Is it gonna work? Okay, I don't think it's gonna work. Hold on. Sorry. Give me a second, y'all. I hate that I gotta do all this. Where is it? I'm so unorganized with this thing. Would it be webcam capture? No, it wouldn't be webcam capture. Video capture? No, it's not that. Webcam capture would just be me. Where is it? Why would it have been deleted? I think it's been deleted. Yeah, it's not on here anymore. All right. Okay. So, oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing because I'm dumb. All right, hold on. Display capture. Oh no, don't want to show that. Window capture. Why isn't window capture popping up? Do I just like do this every time? Can you guys see that? All right, you should be able to see that. I don't know why I had to do that. I don't really understand why I had to do that. Okay. All right, guys. So let me tell you this. All right. It is 2:42 a.m. I am sleepy. So let's get through this. I was busy all day and night doing some stuff. So, yeah, I'm here. I'm here now. And unfortunately, because I've been doing stuff, my freaking camera, man, I have to use the laptop camera again. But a lot of people, I saw your comments. A lot of people said they liked the camera being in the front. So I'm going to try that out and move my actual camera in the front and see how that goes. And it should be a better picture overall. But with that being said, you won't see all these like weird staticky things. With that being said, I have not been on social media, and you have to be kidding me. You got to be joking. This is ridiculous. Now, I did hear something earlier, but like I said, I wasn't really paying attention. But this right here, apparently we're back in here. Okay, so I'm gonna be real. I'm not making any definitive statements. Okay, all I know thus far is that the last deal that I heard that the San Antonio Spurs were offering, they were putting forward, was so good. It was so good. But then when Shams ended up tweeting out, hey, we should expect something from Minnesota Heat or the Houston Rockets, I knew a little bit about the Minnesota situation. It was like, whoa, I don't want to touch KD if that's what it's going to take, right? But apparently, and this is what was important, I think we said this I know I said it during live stream. I don't know if I took it from the segment, but I know I said it in the live stream, is that at this point, the best bet, or our best bet to get KD, would be KD explicitly saying, these are the teams that I'm willing to sign an extension with, right? That way he is basically vetoing certain teams. So these teams have come up multitude of times. The San Antonio Spurs are a team that has been the closest to getting KD as far as mutual interest, him wanting to be here. And then and they tried with Houston Rockets, but I know the Houston Rockets actually ruined the deal a little bit because they actually made it tougher for the Phoenix Suns, right? They made it a little tougher for the Phoenix Suns to pull the trigger because they weren't going to give up much of anything. So now it seems like it is a legitimate race here, and the Spurs are back in it, thanks to Kevin Durant. So it says here, 15 times. God, dog, 15 times? 15 times? Dang. Anyways, Kevin Durant preferred trade destinations out of Phoenix. Sources tell ESPN those across the NBA have been made aware in recent days that those are the 3 teams that Durant would commit to long term. So the fact that he is explicitly saying, hey, he basically said, Minnesota, if you take me, I'm there for a rental and I'm out, right? So Minnesota's like, okay, we have a 1-year time frame to win a championship. Yeah, no. But if he goes to the Spurs, Houston, or Miami Heat, then it would be an extension. So I told you that what I really would have liked happen if Minnesota were to like give away everything for KD, I wanted him to say, I want long-term with you. If they were willing to do that and the Spurs can't match, right? So it would have to be Minnesota's willing to do that, and then KD, has some mutual interest or he's not going to veto it. Then I want them to sign him to an extension because we already know we have their 2030. By the time that extension is probably up, we're looking good, right? They're going to have to blow it up. Like, it's going to be a really ugly situation giving away your depth in exchange for KD. Like, it's not going to work. So that's what I was hoping. I was really hoping that they would be dumb enough to do that. Doesn't necessarily look like it's the case that Kevin Durant is going to allow that to happen, right? So we'll wait and see. There's so much news coming out every single day. It's starting to give me a headache. But as it stands right now, we're back in the saddle, baby. We're right back in it. Now, I am somebody who wants KD, okay? I actually do want KD. Based on what was offered, and based on what we know, I am fully on board with getting KD. Now, if this involves anything too crazy, and what I mean by that is which this is not what I've heard, okay? And this is not what's being reported right now. But if it's Steph Castle or Sohan or any, like, if it's any of those two, I'm off. I'm good. I'm good. Okay. I'm all right. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm okay to turn my head. Okay. Because it's also gonna have to involve more than likely the 14th pick, and this is just some very valuable assets for the future, right? But if you can manage to get rid of Barnes, which I say getting rid of Harrison Barnes, that's just like a this for that, right? Like that's not that big of a deal to me. He's a vet. I know the Spurs really love him. We love him. But we know that he's a placeholder at the moment. He's doing a good job. He's a good placeholder, but he's a placeholder at the moment. Nothing crazy. So you trade a vet for a vet, and you're trading that vet for a really great vet. So there's that. One of the very few players in the NBA averaging over 26 points. So you could do that. If it's Keldon, I think that's fine, because I told you guys this so many times. I don't think that Keldon necessarily fits with the team. Devin Vassell is tough for me. It's tough for me. But as some people have brought up, me constantly saying, I think he could be a 4th option, that's not really a great selling point to a lot of fans, right? So sure. Okay. I'm okay with that. And maybe even one other first round pick for the future, one of our first round picks for the future, that we own and it's not a swap. I'm okay with that. So, that's where I'm at. That's what I'm feeling, right? Anything outside of that, you replace Harrison Barnes with one of Castle or Sohan, I'm off. I don't think that's a good idea. I think that's a really bad idea, right? Very bad idea. So that's where I'm at. That's not what's being reported. That's not what I know of. But as it stands right now, KD back on the table. We're right there. So seems like it's something different every single day. Something different every single day, man. It's giving me a headache. I'll be honest. I might have the headache because it's so late, but All right, let me see. Any thoughts here? They can have Malachi and KJ for cash. I wonder how the Phoenix Suns view KJ. I don't know if Malachi would do it. They might want Blake. Thoughts on pursuing Pelicans? On pursuing Pelicans? What you mean? Anyways, thanks for always making content. I love you. Crimson Tears. When I read Crimson, I thought of Chen. I thought Crimson Chen. Anyways, that's all I had to say about this. All right. Okay. All right, let's talk about it. Let's go over it. Okay. So, chat has brought it to my attention. It is currently 3 a.m. Okay, I'm going to keep bringing this up. Just in case you think that I don't have enough energy, that's what time it is when we're live streaming right now. Okay, I am so sorry. Once again, people on YouTube, not my normal setup, but I am going to change and have my actual camera in front of me. This is the laptop camera. Okay, so it's very ugly. A lot of weird staticky things going on right there. I guarantee, I promise those are not flies around me. Okay, I smell fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this because people have brought it up, so I have to go over it. Okay, I have to go over it. So my boy Jeremy Sohan. So we know that KD is possibly back on the table. That's what's being reported. That he made it abundantly clear that he wants to go to San Antonio or the Heat or Rockets. But most importantly, those are the only teams he's committed to do long-term with. Basically saying, hey, Minnesota, you're not taking me. I want San Antonio. He really wants San Antonio, right? That's where he really wants. The other two teams, that's just, you got to name a couple teams other than San Antonio. Give your franchise something to work with. But anyways, besides the point. And we know Minnesota is scared to death. They do not want us to get KD. But there's been speculations. All right? There's been speculations. And those speculations have to do with my favorite player. Well, technically, Wemby's my favorite player. But one of my favorite Spurs, the one that I talk about so often, Jeremy Sohan. Jeremy Sohan. I actually don't know Jeremy's middle name, but Jeremy Sohan. So he posted this showing where he's at right now. He is in Phoenix, Arizona. He said, I need a braider out here on a real note. Oh, wait, I need a braider out here on a real note. I think that's what he said. All right, so here's the thing. Jeremy, well, I guess I should show the other video too. So then there's this video. I won't play it because it might have music. I don't actually know. But this is Sohan rolling with his boys. I think that's his best friend, right? I think you guys told me that's like his best friend. I don't know the other guy. I don't recognize that guy. But anyways, so you can see him driving to Phoenix, Arizona. They got their bags in the back. If you can see there, what kind of car is this? What kind of car? You can see all their bags. What kind of car? They have a trunk? Anyways, so there's Sohan. He's in Phoenix. So a lot of Spurs fans obviously took this and they said, he is out. It already happened. He's out. He's in Phoenix. Most importantly, Suns fans are losing their minds. They're excited. They're like, oh my God, yes, we got him. Yes, I'm so happy. Now, here's the thing, okay? If you've been keeping up with Sohan, if you know Sohan at all, he's very aware of what's happening on social media. We looked at an interview in which he said, yeah, I'm aware. I try my best to ignore it, but it does play on my mental. But yes, I'm aware. And what's been going on social media is a lot of people have been bringing up Sohan being traded. Fans, okay? Nothing reported. Nothing I've heard. Everything that we've heard thus far is that he is untouchable. Like, he is one of the untouchables. Now, we do know that a lot of teams have inquired about him last season. So, oh crap! No! I don't need that. Don't copyright me. We know that a lot of teams have been calling about Jeremy Sohan, and Spurs have hung up the phone. And as it stands right now, what we do know is that he's borderline untouchable. So this right here, I think that this is an ultimate troll. I think that he is very aware, and I think that he's trolling and he's messing with you. Okay. This could very well be a camp. This could be anything. This could be him just wanting to go on a trip. Another thing as well is that a lot of times when guys get traded, because it would have to, really be set in stone. When guys get traded, they get flown out there. Now, somebody said that he did take a flight. That's one person in the chat that said that, but I don't really know. I don't really know. He could have very well drove there, but I don't know. He's a literal NBA player. I mean, you should probably just fly. Yes, it was a flight. Yeah, you probably should just fly. Oh, was it you, Troy, that mentioned that? Yeah, you probably should just fly anyway. But anyways, so just a little bit more evidence of that as far as what's been discussed and what's out there. So it is also believed, so this is the consensus around the NBA. It's believed that the Spurs, shout out to Ty Yeager, it's believed that the Spurs are only willing to discuss veterans such as Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, and Harrison Barnes. And that's what I've heard as well. Jack Fisher on who the Spurs have been offering in trade discussions for Kevin Durant. Jeremy Sohan hasn't been included in trade conversations. We know this. Sohan he's only been brought up amongst fans. Literally, only been brought up amongst fans. And I think this is the ultimate troll. He's probably just there to chill, have a good time. He's just a troll. He better be trolling. I don't know, Clint. He's just a troll. And here's the thing. I'm gonna say this with my whole chest, all right? So, as Justin Bieber once said, anything is possible, right? He said anything is possible. No, he didn't say that. He never said that. That was Kevin Garnett. What did Justin Bieber say? I'm so sleepy. Justin Bieber said never say never. That's what he said. I don't know. I get my celebrities mixed up, okay? Get my celebrities mixed up. I don't know how I mixed up Kevin Garnett with Justin Bieber, but anyways, hypothetically, let's say Sohan is traded. Hypothetically, don't believe it's going to happen. I have no evidence really to think that it's going to happen, other than him being an ultimate troll, and that's just what he does. But if it were to happen, I'm going to say this: I will be a Spurs fan regardless. But I think that would be a awful trade. And I mean awful trade. And I think the Spurs are aware of that as well. That would be one of the dumbest trades you could do. Let's say that, instead of Devin Vassell, because that's what you would do, right? Instead of Devin Vassell is Sohan, Keldon, Barnes. Or maybe it's Sohan. No, you have to include Devin. You need to price match. How would you do this? It would probably be Devin, Keldon, Barnes, something like that. Oh wait, Devin. Now why did I say that? I'm sleepy. Devin, Keldon, Sohan, or Devin, Barnes, Sohan, and then a 14th pick, possibly another pick. That would be stupid. I would legitimately be so upset if the Spurs did that. That would be an awful trade. You're taking one of the best defenders in the NBA. A very I know amongst fans, it's mixed. It's mixed, right? But amongst NBA teams, because they've called the Spurs about him, he is valuable. If you were to trade him away, that would be extraordinarily dumb. And here's the thing, too. If we want to bring up all this evidence that, he's out, he's gone, he's going to be traded, and all our evidence is that he's going on a trip, why don't we also bring up, don't you think if he was in the discussion, don't you think the Spurs would have brought him up, or it would have been brought up already? And if it was brought up already, I mean, things happen so fast. It was just like a couple days, right? Like a couple days ago where he literally hosted an event where he hung out with a bunch of San Antonio Spurs fans. He is San Antonio. But I'm just putting that out there right now. I'm not going to be able to justify that. It would have to be some controversial thing come out about Sohan for me to be able to comprehend that. But right now, how I feel is if you trade away Devin, Sohan, and Barnes, and or Keldon, and a 14th, that would be so dumb. So dumb, guys. Anyways, They posted his highlights like yesterday. Yeah, they literally posted his highlights like yesterday. They helped him host an event like a day ago. Like I'm not buying that. I think they're just trolling. And let's just keep an eye on. I haven't been on social media lately, or for the day, literally a day, guys. But let's keep an eye on his social media. Let's see what comes out of it. But as it stands right now, I'm not buying it. Not buying it. He does this a lot. Our depth at forward and center would be atrocious. We would literally be taking a step back because that type of player, especially that power forward position, is a position that we needed to fill, and we did a great job with it. And he's very versatile as far as what he can guard, right? So you will be taking a step back. I don't think it actually makes us so much better in any shape in the imagination. Scoring wise, we'll be better, but then we'll be taking a step back defensively. He's our best defender outside of Wemby. Are you awake? I actually don't know. I don't know what I look like right now. I think I'm sleepwalking. I just talk Spurs in my sleep. Yeah, I'm probably asleep right now. Am I alive? I'm probably dead right now. Anyways, that's all I have to say about it. I know that was a long tangent, but we'll be all right. What ongoing anime you watching right now? I have not been watching an anime, but you know what? I should start solo leveling. That's what I should start. I might start. I already did like a couple episodes, but my sister's coming over. Well, technically today, so, and she's staying for a week, so we should watch that. I tagged you on Twitter. Okay, let's see what you tagged me in. Oops, messing up. By the way, I'm gonna start pushing this. Everybody join the Discord, please. Oh, I've seen this. This is, oh wait, is this longer? Is it longer?
Hello, how you doing? You good?
No, I've seen this. Yeah, bro ain't going nowhere. If you want to use evidence like that, then you need to use evidence on the contrary. Even it out. Oh, I didn't realize how many people were tagging me in Sohan. Somebody said Houston might overpay because they're desperate for a ring. I don't know. Oh, okay. This is interesting. Okay, so guys. All right, guys. Apparently, our GOAT has spoken. Our GOAT has something to say about what the San Antonio Spurs should be doing. Okay? You're probably wondering who that GOAT is. Well, if you can read, you can see that it's George Gervin. So George Gervin had something to say, apparently, about how the Spurs should conduct business. Who is he to tell us what we should do? I'm just kidding. So big shout out to, I think this is from Run It Back. Yeah, this is from Run It Back. Let's see. Well, crap. It's really tough for me when I'm on my laptop because I can't see how loud this is for you. I'm gonna need you guys to let me know if this is too loud.
Great. Ice, my last question for you. Spurs this year, this month, 14th pick in the draft. They obviously have a young nucleus, a young core moving forward. You're the GM. A lot of talk. Do you package this to get a star to win now, or do you continue?
Chandler Parsons has like, from what I remember, I haven't watched him a long time. He has some of like the worst takes ever, right? And I know that he got like a lot of hate for basically like making a bunch of money and not having to do much. Michelle Beadle's here though, so that's always good.
This movement of this young core that they have.
You build a young core up. You know, I think that's important, and then you have something that you can build for, you know, for a while now. We already got 5 championships, so. You know, if you want some more and you want more than one, then you got to build a solid foundation.
Exactly. Yo, boo on Parsons. Yeah. Exactly. You got to build up from that. I agree.
You know, and grow from there. They got a good nucleus. They got a good, real.
Oh God. Oh God.
Fox coming in.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. I hope he doesn't do this. Okay, this is my pet peeve. Okay, he's the GOAT. Our GOAT will not do this, okay? My pet peeve is when people talk about our young core and they bring up Keldon Johnson. I do not mean to be a jerk, okay? I promise I do not mean to be a jerk, all right? I do like Keldon Johnson as a person. I think that he's awesome on the bench. I think that he is. Oh God, that sounded really bad. No, I mean, I think that he is awesome teammate. That's what I mean when I say on the bench. I think he's great off the court. I think he is San Antonio. How much he cares about San Antonio. You know, when the rumors went around and it was very close to a trade involving him for Fox, you could see how sad he was during those press conferences. It was pretty hard to watch. So like, I do like him as a person. Okay, I do. But man. There is so many people that come out and say Keldon Johnson's part of this young core, and I don't agree with that. You watch the games, I don't agree with that. All right, I'm sure he won't say that. He's the GOAT.
You know, Wemby, I mean, they got a good nucleus to really put something together. Hey, y'all know just like I know, the old era is gone. No LeBron, no Steph.
It's a new wave.
Durant.
KJ Young. People will say that, like, well, I mean, you know, in life he is as an NBA player. Yeah, I mean, he's still. I would say KJ technically isn't in his prime yet.
You know, they got the young fellas now, so everybody, hey Lou, everybody gonna be an ex-player one day.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
That hurts.
100%.
George, you're not going to remember this, so before we let you go, like 25 years ago, the Spurs let me host a...
George Gervin's like 80 years old, and he has a better take than all of you. Not my chat, but you know who I'm talking. You know the Spurs fans I'm talking about. Not you guys.
Pre-game show. It was the first time I got to do anything on the air that was like a real show. And you basically did half the show with this idiot standing next to you that was trying to figure out how to talk on a microphone. So I will forever be grateful for that time in my life. You were awesome. You were lovely. It was fantastic. And then I think we lost to the Lakers. But that's all right. That doesn't matter. We're good.
Thank you, legend.
She is a true fan.
My last question
she is
for
a
you.
true fan. Unlike Skip Bayless, who will literally just like be so flaky, bro. Like, he is the most flaky fan I've ever seen in my life. He complains about Popovich. He complains about so much BS. When we're not winning, no longer is he a Spurs fan. He hated Kawhi until he won a championship, and now he loves Kawhi. Like, he is the worst, bro. He is the worst. That is not a true fan, in my opinion. He's wishy-washy. If we're winning, he loves us. If we're losing, you know, whatever. We're no longer his Spurs. Now it's my Thunder. What are you talking about? Michelle Beadle actually is a real fan. Okay, so I see a few people have some takes about KJ. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm super sleepy right now. Like I said, it's like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. where some of you guys are. But I'm gonna try to be as upfront as humanly possible. Okay. All right. So let me put. All right. Okay, it's on me now. Okay. All right. Here's my problem with KJ. Okay. It has nothing to do with him as a person. I think we all love KJ. This isn't like a DeJounte Murray situation where I didn't like him. Like, I thought off the court, DJ was pretty awful. Like, I didn't like him. I thought that he was very selfish during games. I don't think that way about KJ at all. Okay, so as a person, as a teammate, right, as someone who represents the organization, I think he's awesome. He is A1 in all those categories. He brings the right amount of energy. He plays hard. He has all of that, okay? But the problem with KJ is his playing style, okay? And I can kind of relate this to DeJounte Murray a little bit, okay? They got different play styles, but just try to bear with me for a minute, okay? My big problem with DeJounte, okay, apart from the personal stuff, I thought that DJ was a player where he's good enough where he should be on the court, but then the way that he plays and the way that he, usually needs the ball in his hands to be effective, he's not a star, right? He's not a really great player. So you kind of hurt the team when he has to take on that role. But then, say you put him in a different role, right? Let's put DeJounte Murray in, a role-playing role. Well, he's not the best at the role-playing role. What he's best at is with the ball in his hands. But with the ball in his hands, it hurts the teammates, right? That's my problem with KJ, if that makes sense. When KJ has the ball, it's like he can be hot or cold, right? He can be really impressive getting to the rim, but almost all the time, it's going to be hard to win those games if KJ has to take over. But that's the type of player that he is. But then let's just put him in a situation where we're like, okay, KJ, we need you to just sit in the corner. We need you to play good defense and just sit in the corner and be a role player. He's not good at that. He's not good defensively, and he's streaky when it comes to asking him to shoot, a multitude of threes for you. So you can't move him into a role-playing role. So what do you do with him? And the best version of KJ that we see is when other players are hurt, or when we have to have him, take on a lot of possessions. That's when we see the best version of KJ. But we're not going to win that way because he's not good enough to lead the team to winning. So that's where it bothers me. You understand what I'm saying? Why is it you got to be kidding me? Oh, just because it was so much news, and we just went over the Spurs being off of KD, and it's literally the same day we have to get on and talk about this. You get what I'm saying? He's there for situational plays, but is that worth it? Because his defense is bad. If KJ's defense was slightly above average, I'm not even saying Devin Vassell. He don't even have to be a Devin Vassell's level. If it's just slightly above average, I could see usage for him. But I don't know. There's too many plays that he give up defensively. I don't know if you guys realize how bad KJ is defensively. If he doesn't get his touches, he's not impactful. That's what I'm saying, because he's a horrid defender. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's making sense. That's what makes me worried when it comes to KJ, because he has to have the ball in his hands to be the most effective, to be the best version of himself. He has to have the ball in his hands, right? He has to have the ball. And I look at other players on the team that are role, because KJ's a role player, right? And I look at other players on the team that are going to be role players, right? I think, I don't know what Steph Castle will be. I'm assuming he'll be a role player, kind of like Derek White, but Sohan, right? I talk about Sohan all the time. I think Sohan is a role player, right? But he's a really great role player. But if he can develop, we always talk about this, if he can develop a really great or a decent 3-point shot, oh man, we're really nasty, right? But even if he can't and he's not being effective and the ball isn't in his hands, what is he doing? He's making some really smart cuts, right? He's giving some really hard screens, some really great screens. He's communicating fairly well. If the ball in his hands, he's a good passer, right? So he can pass it out. He makes good reads. He has all these other qualities. And then on the defensive end, he plays great defense, right? He can literally lock down stars at times. Right? So he can bring so many different things to the table with the ball not in his hands. Can someone seriously tell me what KJ can do if the ball isn't in his hands? Alex, that's awful, bro. That's awful, bro. Cut. I don't think KJ's like the best cutter. I mean, you know, the difference between Sohan and KJ is Sohan is a wonderful defender, a plus rebounder, and has playmaking chops. KJ can put the ball in the hoop at a decent level, and that's it. That's what I'm saying. He can shoot. KJ, it depends on what day it is. There's times where KJ goes off, but that's what I'm saying. The ball has to be in his hands. Really great role players are effective whether they're getting the ball or not. Those are the great ones. Think about all the role players that we've had with the team before. All of them could do different things with the ball not in his hands. I mean, look at Danny Green, right? Danny Green didn't have to have the ball in his hands, but he was a good enough three-point shooter that he opened up the court just by his presence, right? Just by being on the court, he opened things up. Mentioned Boris Diaw. That's a fine one. Yeah, good defender too. Yeah, Danny Green was a really great defender. I wouldn't even say good. I think Danny Green was a great defender. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. You and Obi Toast, me and you are like this right now, son. I could just read his comments the whole time. I don't have to give my thoughts. He said, if you like KJ's shooting ability, you can find a shooter of similar or better caliber for cheaper, and they aren't liabilities on the defensive end. I don't know if you can find one that much cheaper. Well, yeah, maybe you can. Keldon Johnson is like, he does have a pretty decent contract. I will say that. But that's all I'm saying. Those are my thoughts, okay? He's a player that is the most effective with the ball in his hands. And when it's not, there's not much you're getting out of him. It's just not much you're getting. And that's a serious issue. It's a vibe. Khalil, it's a vibe, right? It's a vibe. He said, I like Keldon's energy and heart, man. It's a vibe. It's a literal vibe. That's what it is. I'm not like insulting you. I'm saying like that's how I feel. I went to like for instance, I went to a game with this is maybe like 2 years ago. I don't know. I went with my girlfriend. She does not watch, the Spurs, right? Like she didn't know any of the players. But she was watching it. We went to the game. And after it, she was like, man, that one player, and she was talking about Keldon, obviously. She said, that one player, she was like, he plays hard. He really plays hard. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Because I don't even think his stats weren't even like great after the game, but it's a vibe, right? Like he brings that energy. So someone who doesn't even watch the Spurs will watch and say, dang, that guy, he really plays hard. But it's not enough because everything I was noticing during the game was I was like, he gave up a three-pointer at this point. He gave up an easy cut, right? A backdoor cut. He didn't get down the court when he should have. Like it was so many things where I was like, I just noticed all the negatives, but it's like it's a vibe with him. He does play hard. Even your girl no clay. No, that's a bad thing that someone who doesn't watch the Spurs would just say that. That's not a good thing. No, it's just X. No. Exactly. It's hard to hate someone who plays their heart out. And it will be so much easier. Like, I could go so much harder if he wasn't such an awesome person. At least from what we've seen. Like, he seems like an awesome person. And that's what makes it suck. And by the way, if he does get traded, there will be a Dear Keldon. I don't know if he will care for it because we talk so much, but yeah. But yeah, that's all I have to say. What's with the title clan? The title is because there's been so much news in a short period of time, and we literally just went over KD, and we came to the realization that, hey, we're out. That's cool. and I wanted to move on with my life. But now the Spurs are back in, so I don't know. You get hyped when he rebounds his misses, but realistically, he should have just swung the ball. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's the vibe part, right? That's the vibe part. Because she saw he rebound, he missed it, he rebounded again, he missed it, he rebounded again. You know? And then he makes it. It's an and one. Now he's yelling. He's getting the crowd involved, you know? Like, that's what you see. You're like, man, this guy's a vibe. He plays hard. But, like, I'm looking at, like, dude, you have a player wide open. That would have been the better play. Too many of these plays will lose you games. Too many plays like that is going to lose you games. Angel Reese tendencies. Yeah, Angel Reese tendencies. You want those shots for Vic, Fox, Castle, and others. You want other players, get going. We love Keldon. He was our future when we had nothing. But it's just not worth all that money for someone who can't defend and has questionable offensive decisions. Yeah, and another thing too is I think a part of why people love Keldon so much is because the time frame in which we got him, right? Like we were trying to fill a void when things went down with Kawhi, right? So like getting Keldon Johnson, it was like that was like one of the next players. Like those few players in that stretch of time were beloved. Everyone loved them because not only were we not that good, like you mentioned, but also the Kawhi Leonard situation went down. So by comparison, we loved everybody that came through. Look, I'm tired of seeing the Spurs take care of their players on the way out instead of when they stay. If he wants to stay, let him, but don't pay max. Easy. You don't think the Spurs take care of their players while they're here? I think they take care of them. I think they stick to their word. I think they take care of them. Sohan, for instance, like they have been building him up brick by brick. His shooting ability, I mean, I think they're taking care of him. Really? Yeah, I don't really know what you mean. Who's not being taken care of? Guess he means like trading them to preferred destinations instead of getting the best package back. Wait, is that what you meant? I'm so tired of seeing the Spurs take care of their players on the way out instead of when they stay. No, that's not what he's saying. If he wants to stay, let him. No. He's saying that they're not taking care of them while they're here. Yeah, I don't really know what you mean. Kawhi Leonard, Derek White. How do we not take care of Derek White while he's here? I'm so confused. If you're saying Derek White should have been starting for the longest, I do agree with that. They did give him the starting lineup back for or starting spot back for a while. Yeah, I don't really know what you. I think that's like the main thing with the Spurs is that they build up players and they give them an opportunity and help them. They help every player become the best version of themselves. I think that's taking care of you. And then the contracts, yeah, it's usually team friendly, but it's some pretty good contracts as well. It was wrong what we did for Derek White, letting him go out there with that hairline for years. That was diabolical. That was pretty messed up. We give players what they want when we kick them to the curb. I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry. I just don't know what you mean. I think we take care of players when they're here. and then we take care of players when they leave. Are you saying we shouldn't take care of them when they leave? I mean, we get a good, and we're not the only franchise that does it. I mean, look at the Suns. The Suns right now, they're like, okay, KD, you're saying you want to go to these teams. These are the ones that we're mostly discussing with. KJ isn't making 40 million, not even half that. Nah, he's making like 18, 17. He has a pretty decent contract, but I think that's a good contract, right? I think it's fair on both ends. I think that's taking care of him. 17-ish into 20 eventually. Oh, I thought it was going down. I know they front loaded the contract for Devin Vassell and it goes down. It wasn't going down for, I thought Keldon's went down. Kawhi really created this OKC team by demanding Paul George to the Clippers. He definitely helped. Someone had a depreciating contract. I think it was both of them. No, you're right. It's descending. I'm tripping. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think it's both of them. I think it's Devin and, like, it's a crazy great contract for us. It makes them very tradable. And I guarantee you that the Spurs tell them that as well. Like, in the event that trade it near the end of this contract, you know, they probably know the deal. Flag wants to be a Spurs so bad. Get KD, give him his extension, then get Cooper when his contract is up. What if we gave away the second pick? Okay. All right. Listen to the vision, okay? How do you guys feel about this? All right. We know the Dallas Mavericks are very stupid. What if you traded Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, and the 14th for KD, right? And then you trade away KD for the first pick. Oh, dang. And then we would have to give him our second, wouldn't we? So what would we be trading? We would have traded... Would you guys... I guess that's the question. Would you be willing to trade... For Cooper Flag, would you be willing to trade Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, Keldon, and the 14th? Wait. No, you have to trade the second and the 14th and those players for... I'm not doing that. Never mind. Yeah, that's too much. I wouldn't even want to trade Sohan with a 1-to-1 trade for Durant. Maybe if they were the same age. I wouldn't want to do a 1-to-1 trade. You might have cooked. No, I didn't cook. I didn't cook. You have to give up the second, the 14th, and 3 players for Coop. Well, if you give up the second, you ain't really giving up much. Because you're getting the first. Throw in Hawks picks, maybe? Oh, I ain't doing that. Yeah, I don't think I cooked with that. KD sucks. KD doesn't suck. He's averaging like 26 points per game. There's only like a few players in the NBA averaging 26. Sohan at point guard and bring back Primo. Yeah, put Primo at center. Isn't it crazy how, like, what he did just completely derailed his entire career? Because I'm still one to believe that he could have been great. Like, I really thought superstar, or maybe not superstar, possibly superstar, but I saw star potential for sure. Like, I really liked Primo. I was like, this dude is really good. He has some great shooting ability. He has some great defense. He's a smart player. But, man, he screwed it up. He has some serious issues. Because when you take a year off and you know, it's a very pivotal point in your career, and you take that time off. He looked slower. He wasn't the same player at all. You didn't have the same resources that you did before, and it showed, man. It showed. And now it's just like, what team will take a chance? I don't even know where Primo is right now. Last time I checked, he was with the Clippers, right? Is he in the G League? Do you guys know? Am I the only one that's maddened by Vassell's play? No. Vassell is he was very inconsistent this year. You know, it's kind of, the thing with Vassell is like, I think it's like a mental thing. Like the talent is there, but I think it's more of a mental thing, because I want to put it all on the injury, because he did have a weird offseason and everything, and then the injury and everything, right? So like, it's that, but then a lot of these games, I understood being streaky from behind the arc, right? Like sometimes he didn't have as much lift as he would have previously, but the way that he approached games, it was very inconsistent in how he approached them. Like in times where we just absolutely needed him to attack, he just did it, right? And I know this is gonna be a really unfair comparison, but like you watch somebody like SGA, right? And like, what makes SGA so great? One thing that makes him really great is he knows exactly when to attack. He kind of keeps the aggression. But Devin Vassell, he has not learned that. Like when we need him to be aggressive and try to get to the paint, he might be taking threes, right? And it's like, we don't really need that right now. In some games, he'll just disappear. Yeah, I don't know. I'm okay with being an inconsistent shooter, you know, because I know how good Vassell can be at shooting. But mentality going into games being inconsistent, it does drive me a little crazy. Yeah, he is a bucket. Ideal scenario. This best case scenario is the Spurs trade away Keldon, Harrison Barnes, the 14th, and like maybe our future 28, I think. Something like that. That would be awesome. Wait, yeah, you're going to have to trade Devin, though. Devin probably has to be included with this because of his contract. Yeah, I feel like Vassell makes crazy shots when we're down by 40. He cannot understand any circumstance count on him for clutch moments. Yeah, Vassell is like, he's such a good player, man. Or he's so talented. But yeah, it's strange. He's a decent defender too. Suns' new GM has only been on the job for a week. Wait. What do we know about Brian Gregory? What do we know about him? What has he done previously? What do we know about him? Brian Gregory has a long history in basketball, including head coaching stints at Dayton, Georgia Tech, and South Florida, as well as assistant coaching position at Michigan State. He joined the Suns front office in 23. So no GM experience?
But what I did in that is spent a lot of time with the players, spent a lot of time with the coaches. I did travel with the team, did a lot of different write-ups for front office personnel in terms of evaluation of players and different things like that. I was also given the opportunity to work with our amateur evaluation group, which was a tremendous.
So he had a lot of responsibility with the Phoenix Suns, huh? What, let's see. I probably should say trade history. All right. Hold on, guys. Let's see if we're dealing with a silly goose. Okay? Let's see if the Suns will make a big mistake. So I want to look at all their trade transactions from 2023 to now, and the reason being is because this man right here, Brian Gregory, has some pretty big duties since 2023. So let's let him speak on his duties. Let's see if the Spurs could get away with a fleece. How you been doing? I don't pay attention to Phoenix basketball.
Great, Doug.
Hi, Brian. Doug Haller, The Athletic. How are you?
Hello.
Could you you touched on this, but your roles the last 2 years, I believe you were a consultant the first year. Yes. How involved were you during that year? And then last year as director of player programming, can you just talk about what your specific duties were as far as that position goes?
Sure. So my first year as a consultant, I was in Phoenix probably 2 to 3 weeks out of every month, which wasn't bad.
There's no
to be
close
honest with you. But what I did in that is spent a lot of time with the players, spent a lot of time with the coaches. I did travel with the team. Did a lot of different write-ups for front office personnel in terms of evaluation of players and different things like that. I was also given the opportunity to work with our amateur evaluation group, which was a tremendous group, and I grew immeasurably during that time in terms of the ability to evaluate and gather intelligence on players and so forth. And then this past year, as the vice president of player programming, I also, in addition to that, was put in charge and oversaw our entire amateur.
Why is it stopping like that?
Evaluation group, which will then obviously lead to what we do in this year's draft. But in that, one of my other main duties there this past year was working with our young guys, in particular our rookies, in their transition to the NBA and making sure that they were doing the things they needed to get done. And to be
this is not the. I want him to say that he was deeply involved in any trades, but
with Ryan and Oso and Colin in particular, and Jalen, our other two-way player, that job wasn't too difficult, because when you talk about high character guys, man, those four are on the top of that list. But helping them do that. I also work with our analytic group and the coaches in terms of developing a robust player development system. Obviously,
okay, all right. So he just evaluated players. 2023, the Suns acquired Bradley Beal, Jordan going, as far as the 13. God, man, they just made so many bad decisions, but I can't put it on him, and that makes me frustrated. It makes me frustrated. I don't know, guys. I don't know if we can finesse this guy. He was heavily involved in the evaluation of players, understanding the analytics, basically understanding what it takes for rookie players to grow. He also has a background in coaching in college. So he's all about young talent and understanding who's good, who's not, I guess. I don't know what we can finesse him with. I guess we'll see. what they gave it for KD each, but that wasn't him. You know, that's what that scares me. I don't know if we can fleece this guy. We'll see though. Suns acquired Kevin Durant and TJ Warren. 14 trade. In return, the Suns sent Mikal Bridges, Cameron Johnson, Jay Crowder, 4 unprotected first-round picks. That is so crazy. I wish he was involved in that. It doesn't sound like he was. Unless they were like, hey, what do you think about these players? Should we do it? And he was like, yeah, that would be a good idea. But I doubt it, bro. I doubt it. He was more so on the developmental side of things. So whatever they got, he was willing to kind of develop. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I guess we'll see. That was like the worst case scenario, though. I was really hoping that he was involved in some of the trades, or I don't know, other notable transactions. The Suns signed several free agents. Metu, Watanabe, yeah. Yikes. That wasn't him, though. That wasn't him. So, and I'm not super familiar with the Suns, but we might not be able to finesse this guy. I got to give credit where credit is due. Okay, if that's what the main thing he focused on is young talent and developing, and you know, I don't know. We'll see though. We'll see. Doesn't help that. Well, I guess we wanted to get train off Devin. Would you guys consider Devin Vassell young? Because I know in life he's young, but in the NBA he's considered a vet. But it's like, I consider anybody that haven't hit their prime yet young. But what do you think? In NBA terms, Dev is a vet. Yeah. Right before his prime. Yeah. I don't know. Guess we'll see. But I'm not, my hopes are not high that we'll be able to finesse this man. I'll be transparent. Very transparent with you. KD makes you throw up. Kawhi makes you throw up. All right, guys, I'm hopping off. It's 4 a.m. I'll upload the... How should I go about this? I'll upload the KD stuff tomorrow, or actually today, probably around 11 something a.m. We'll upload the Sohan stuff later during the day. And then I guess on Monday we'll upload something from last stream maybe. But yeah. All right, I appreciate all the love. I truly do. By the way, guys, for the love of God, get you a Steam Deck. It is so awesome. It is the most awesome thing I've ever owned in my entire life. I love it so much. I've customized it. I put a bunch of emulation games on it. I got like 8 GameCube games, 7 Nintendo 64, and they look so good. It looks so good, guys. The graphics are so good. I was playing Tony Hawk Underground. I was like, I don't remember it looking like this. And I went back and watched some old footage, and I was like, yeah, it did not look like this. I played some Def Jam Vendetta. I was like, this could have came out, I don't want to be too hyperbolic, like 10 years ago. Like, I was like, this could have came out 10 years ago. Man, I'm literally on my Steam Deck while watching this. Dude, it's so good. It's so good. My family's coming over today, Father's Day and everything, and I fully expect for them to come in. I'll put on some 90 Day Fiance so they can catch up, right? I like 90 Day Fiance. Not the recent season of 90 Day Fiance, but like they got this spinoff that's like Hunt for Love or whatever. It's actually pretty good. Not gonna lie. All right, I like my tea. Okay, I like my tea. So I'll probably put that on. Let them catch up on that, like 2 episodes to catch up on it, and then I'll just be on my Steam Deck, man. I'll be on my Steam Deck. So it's like a computer you have to update. Well, I got it to update by itself, but yeah. Let me ask real question. I got a question really quick. Who mentioned that they had a Steam Deck? I got the okay. We got a few people that got Steam Deck. I have the LCD. I got it because I traded my Nintendo OLED, and someone gave me their Steam Deck. I have a question for you. I'm not playing around with those Nintendo lawyers. I got a question. Is there any way that you can, because I know the Decky, you go on there and you can add all these different plugins. Is there a plugin that I can add that would allow me to put music on every single game that I hover on? Because I know that there's one, but it doesn't work anymore, and it looks like it's not supported. So does anybody know of anything going for the Xbox handheld or Legion? It looks pretty good. Yeah, that Xbox handheld looks pretty good. I ain't gonna lie to you. That does look pretty good. That should be pretty good. Nintendo gonna nuke you? They'll be okay. I got the PS2. I got a lot of PS2 stuff. I just started playing. I never played Dragon Quest ever. Okay, I don't know anything about it. I love Dragon Ball, and I know the art style is obviously Akira Toriyama. So I've been playing Dragon Quest 11. I just started, and I'm not really feeling it yet, but like it just started, right? And it seems very casual. Like it seems pretty relaxing, and it's beautiful, and the music is awesome. I'm gonna give it a second though. There used to be years ago, but I don't know anymore. Not much experience with Linux. I'm sure you can. I just don't know if you can anymore. Because like I said, there's a plugin for it, but it's just... Oh, dude, why didn't I add... Yeah, I didn't add Mario. Been playing Mario Sunshine. Why didn't I add Mario Sunshine? Should I do that tonight? Should I add Mario Sunshine tonight? I add Mario Galaxy for the Wii because I actually never played that game. Mario Sunshine. I haven't like. No, I'm not gonna add it. I got the Platinum in Dragon Quest 11. Yeah, it can be kind of challenging too. Do you like Dragon Quest? Like, does it get... Let me ask you this. Does it get better? I just want to know. Like, does it get better? Like, much better? Story-wise, I mean. Because right now, I'm just like... But, once again, I haven't met anybody, I haven't met the crew yet. That's why I'm waiting for those other devices, because it's difficult with Steam and Linux versus Windows. Yeah. Linux compatibility sucks. Yeah. There's a halfway point in the game, and it gets better after that, but it's still pretty chill. Oh, okay. All right, I just want to be invested. That's all. I just want to be invested. I saw someone review it, and they described it as like a bedtime story. Like you love it, you enjoy it, but it's more so like something you play before bed, right? Had to do so many things just to get Discord work on it, and it was taken off soon after. Yeah. I added Discord on it, but then I'm like, wait, I can't record any footage while I'm in game mode, so I have to literally be in desktop mode to live footage if someone wanted to watch me play it. You liked what? What is that? Nino Cooney? Never seen this game a day in my life. It's on PlayStation? It's $60? When did it come out? Came out 2021? You thinking about getting the Switch too? No. No. I was close to, but then I realized, I was like, why would I do that? Like I really want to play Mario Kart, but that's like literally it. That's like literally it, you know? And I don't think that's worth it. I'll wait. I'll wait. Let's let more Switch games come out before I go out of my way for it. Oh, okay. So did Studio Ghibli do the art style for this? It's very pretty. I'm looking at some gameplay right now. Oh, okay. It's a more it's like an action RPG. There's some pretty cool mechanics in here. What is it? Yeah, it looks like an action RPG, right? I'm still mad they didn't call it the Super Nintendo Switch. I feel like Nintendo lost their charm a little bit because this new console, it's like, it's really just going to be a Switch. Like, they every time, or most of the time, like they do something that's pretty innovative or something that's different or something, and it just looks so corporate. The Switch 2 just looks so corporate to me. Nintendo Switch, when it came out, I was like, whoa, that's different. I mean, a lot of consoles, right? The Nintendo 64, the GameCube, the Wii. Wii U was kind of dumb, but they were thinking outside the box. Switch, and the Switch 2 is just like, oh yeah, it's just another Switch. Like, yeah, 80 to 90 games for that is crazy. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. Nino Cooney looks really good. It looks like it's like a movie, bro. I've been replaying Persona 4 after the remake announcement. I never played a Persona game. Persona 4 came out in 2008 on what? It came out on PS2? It came out on PS2? Should I play it? All right, I just got a couple questions, all right? Should I? Okay. Should I play the PS2 Persona 4? Is it a great story? What is it? Is it good? I don't know anything about Persona. I'm very new to JRPGs, by the way. This is my Dragon Quest is my my very first JRPG. Should I play Persona 4? I'm like staring at the chat to see. Persona is great, especially for music. I'm a crazy story person. So is a story like... Persona 5 is more newbie friendly. But 4 is your favorite? Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to get off, guys. I got to make a few thumbnails and go to sleep. But I'll listen to a Persona 4 review. Persona 3 has the best story? What was Persona 3? Oh, I see. It had a remake. I see. It was on... It wasn't on Steam though, right? Oh wait, it is on Steam. It's $70. Persona 3 is $70, and also it's is it rated M? $70? Persona 3 is dark. Dude, I want to play this, but like... $70? If you wait for a sale, you can get the entire series for under that price. This is Persona 3 Reload. I can't believe it's that expensive. When did this come out? It came out last year. What would I be waiting for? Oh, wait. What's WW? Worldwide? On CD keys? Stands for worldwide. So it's not region locked. Wait, I might be able to just get it on CD keys. It says PC. Platform Steam. Okay. Okay, I can get it. This is way better than $70. Steam sales should be late June. Is that how it worked? But the graphics are PS2 level if that bugs you. Wait, the Persona 3 Reload. That doesn't look like PS2. Hold on. I'll show you. That does not look like PS2. That's a remake. $70 should be peanuts. Wait, is it that good? Oh, for Persona 4 Golden. Oh, okay. If Persona 3 has the best story, I want to go with the best story for now. Prey PS4 is still my fave. Oh my gosh. Which Persona should I start with? I love story. I care about story. I do like things that are dark. I am fine with it being dark. Should I go with PS3? Or not PS3. Should I go with Persona 3? Is this the one to go with? Is the KD dream alive? Yes. Why is there a sale at the end of June? Okay. All right, I'm hopping off for real this time. It's the price. What? Oh, you talking about summer sale? Oh, okay. Oh, so I should, yeah, okay. I guess I should just wait. All right, y'all. I'll get with you later. I appreciate the love. End of quarter sale? Oh, okay. I'll get with you later. Good night. Everyone have a good night. Love ya. I'll see you probably Tuesday. Thinking Tuesday.